I broke my back. Spinal.
Golovkin is officially ducking the rematch with Daniel Jacobs. Abel Sanchez just came out saying that he does not see the Jacobs rematch happening until 5 to 6 fights down the road. Damn, that's a long ass time. And these were his words. The future is kind of mapped out in the near future at the moment. If it does happen, maybe it's 3 or 4 fights away. Gennady is fighting in September against somebody. And if it's Canelo, then it will be Canelo. Then after that, it would be his 20th defense. Will he stay and do the 21st defense to break Bernard Hopkins' record? I don't know if he stays at 160 or he moves up to 168 before the end of the year or at the beginning of next year. The guy who has been talking about fighting him is Gilberto Ramirez. So there are possibilities there. The next 3 or 4 fights are really scheduled already. A Jacobs fight would be 5 or 6 fights down the road. That's what Abel Sanchez said. So, in the beginning, he says 3 to 4 fights down the road. And then he finishes by saying 5 or 6 fights down the road. So which one is it? And the next fights are already mapped out? I mean, in his statement right there, he's already talking about Gennady is fighting in September against somebody. And if it's against Canelo, then it will be against Canelo. Like, I don't like that statement right there. I mean, by passing on that Billy Joe Saunders in June, I thought they were like fully in on fighting Canelo for September. That sounds like, to me, like, if it happens, it happens. So, looks like they're probably not going to take whatever De La Hoya offers them, that $15 million. Looks like things might get tough again, man. They're going to go in. They're going to go at it in negotiations probably. I mean, it doesn't sound like if they're set on that Canelo fight. And they're already talking about moving up to 168. It could be by the end of this year? If they really thought about, they're really thinking and planning on fighting Canelo on September, you wouldn't be thinking about it moving up to 168 by the end of this year. I mean, that would be the end of this year. That would be your last fight. Especially after the beating he's going to get from fucking Canelo with them body shots. I mean, he's fucking sore and injured from fucking fighting Jacobs. So, yeah, he finishes off by saying 5 to 6 fights down the road. So, in this statement, it sounds like they're definitely not going to give Jacobs the rematch. And it sounds like it's not a for sure against Canelo. I mean, fuck. Golovkin himself, before the Brook fight last year, came out saying this: I am 34 years old. I am only going to be fighting for a few more years. He was already talking about retiring. He said I think he said he was going to retire by 37 when he was 37. He's 35 years old now. So when he said that when he said that last year, it was he was 34, so it was about 3 years. Now he's 35. We're talking about 2 more years. And it looks like he'll be fighting probably twice a year now. He's getting older. I mean, coming out with excuses like being sore. So if he fights by the end of this year, that's 1. 2 more times next year, that's 3 fights. And then what, in 2019 is when he's gonna retire. I mean, and he'll probably be at 168 by then. We all saw how he kills himself to make fucking 160 against that Brook fight. Everybody was asking themselves if he was fucking sick. I mean, he looked fucking drained, like a fucking cancer patient. His weight could look better against Jacobs, but yeah, looks like he's not making it very easy. So he'll be running to fucking 168. He's already talking about it by the end of this year, next year. They don't want any part of fucking Jacobs, man. They're running already. I mean, everybody can ignore the fact that he was already talking about only a few more years in boxing last year. So where the fuck is that Jacobs fight going to be at? And how the fuck you have all these fights mapped out already? You don't have shit mapped out. You don't even know if you're going to fucking fight Canelo in September. He's talking about the fights, the next 3 or 4 fights already mapped out. Nah, what the fuck are you talking about? You don't even have your next fight mapped out. So, I mean, they even have the chance of breaking that record for the most defenses at 160, a Hopkins record, and it sounds like they ain't even fucking focusing on that. That shows you that he's struggling to make fucking 160. So, I mean, you start your statement by saying 3 to 4 fights, and it sounds like he changed his mind in the middle of his statement and finishes off that statement by saying that fucking 5 to 6 fights down the road. And Jacobs and his team are fucking demanding that rematch. They know they won. So he's ducking that fucking rematch, man. I mean, when are you going to fight Jacobs? The way he fucking put it out there, the timeline, it sounds like when you're retired already, when it's over. I mean, fucking Jacobs is fucking 30 years old. He just turned 30 years old. He's just going to get better. Fucking Golovkin's just going to get fucking worse. He's going to get older. He's got the pressure of fucking having to step up in competition and fight better opposition, and that ain't going to be nice for him. That ain't going to be beneficial for him. Look how he finally stepped up and fucking fight Jacobs. They forced him to fight Jacobs. It was mandatory. What happened? He's fucking sore, injured. Nobody knows what the fuck. Depression. They were even talking about fucking depressed and shit. Because he felt so bad knowing that the public is saying that fucking Jacobs won. So basically, they're just saying, we're not going to fucking fight Jacobs. And that talk, man, that tone didn't sound right, man. Talking about if the fucking Canelo fight happens, it happens. Well, straight out ducking fucking Daniel Jacobs, and it sounds like if they might make things fucking hard in the fucking negotiations with fucking Canelo, it sounds like it's not even the fucking priority. Damn. Be some shit, man. Talking all that shit. Selling wolf tickets. Golovkin. So at the end, dancing around fucking fights. Like he has been doing. Dancing around fucking the Lara fight. Andre Ward fight. He danced around the Ward fight. He fucking just shut that shit down. He turned it down in 36 minutes. You better step his shit up, man. You better fucking live up to all that fucking hype around you. That HBO hype and your fanboy hype. So, no Jacobs fight, huh, basically. Damn. Straight out ducking. That's all I got. I'm out.
I broke my back. Spinal.